Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about number system problem, that how we can convert a number decimal number to a binary number system. Okay, so we are see couple of approaches. So we'll write our own program that how we can convert a decimal number to a binary number, and then we'll see couple of methods provided by JDK class, integer class. So it has couple of methods like toString method and the binary string method. So we'll see what are these methods and how we can use it. So first of all, we write our own program. So let's take an example. So suppose we are given an input number, decimal number, which is 14, and we would like to find out its corresponding binary number. So as we know from the nomenclature of binary, it is 2, right? So, and we know that a decimal number is of base 10, radix 10. So we are converting it to binary number of base 2, right? So what we use, so we'll simply first of all see how we mathematically how we can calculate uh, convert that decimal to the binary, and then we will write our own program here that how we can convert it. Okay, let's see how mathematically we can convert decimal to a binary. Suppose we are given number 14, right? And we would like to convert it to binary. So we'll divide it 14 by 2 and we'll note down its remainder. So once we divide 14 by 2, remainder would be 0 because it is fully divided uh, uh, by 2. So, and the quotient would be 7 in that case. Okay, so then again we divide 7 by 2. We note down its remainder, it would be 1 in this case, and the quotient would be 3 in this case. Now again we divide 3 by 2, and remainder would be 1 in this case, and quotient would be 1. And we keep on dividing until the quotient is less than or less than or equal to 0. Obviously it would be it would become 0, right? So till that time we keep on performing this operation. So now quotient is 1, so 1 by 2 it would become 0, and the remainder would be 1 in this case. So now we can't perform any further operation on top of it, so we'll stop here and we note down its our binary. So binary we have to note it from the reverse direction, from bottom to top. And what is binary in this case? It is 1 1 1 and 0. So it is nothing but 1 1 1 and 0, right? So this is our binary representation of decimal number 14. So I will put it into the code as we assume that it is string. So binary representation is 110 of decimal number 14, right? So briefly what we are doing, so we're dividing it by 2 as the target number system is 2, and we are noting down its remainder, and then we keep on dividing and keep on dividing by 2, and we keep on noting down the remainder all the time. So until we get 0, so then we stop as we can't perform our operation. So this will be our base condition, that will stop here when number becomes 0, or other way of saying that we keep on performing the operation till the number is greater than 0, right? So let's write an program and then we'll understand it further. It will become more clear that how we can calculate it. It is very pretty straightforward as what we see in our mathematical representation. Same we will write into a code. So let's write a code here. Okay, so let's write a method signature. Say string, and it is decimal to binary, and we are taking an input number. So in this case, let's say it is 14. So we are taking it as an input number. Okay, so what we are doing, so very first thing we are we are dividing it by 2 and we are noting its remainder, right? So let's declare a remainder for a time being, remainder variable. And to find out the remainder, we use modulo operator. Modulo operator will give us remainders, like 14 by 2. In this case it would return 0. Okay, so modulo operator is dedicated for that. And then we are performing divide operation. So next thing we are doing is divide. So say number equal to number by 2, right? So this is what we are doing. So we are noting down the remainder and we are dividing it by 2, right? And how long we are performing this operation? Till the number is greater than 0, like 7, 3 and 1. So we'll do that. So how we can perform it? We just write a small loop which will keep on performing the same operation again and again. So let's say number greater than 0. So we are asking the system to perform the same operation again and again. So let's indent that code a bit so that it is more readable. Okay, so what we are saying that till number is greater than 0, find out the remainder and keep on dividing the number by 2. Okay, so let's take an example here. So suppose number is 14 in this case. Suppose number is here 14. So what will the remainder become once a number quotient modulo 2? Then remainder would become 0, as we are seeing here in our example. And the next line we are doing it number by 2. Number by 2 is 14. 14 by 2 is 7. So number becomes 7. Right. So this is after one execution. Now once we go to the while loop, number we have seen it becomes 7. So we'll update here. It becomes 7 here. Right. So we'll see what will the remainder value now. So 7 percentage 2, we have seen 7 by 2. What is the remainder? It is 1. So here remainder would become 1, right? And then what we are doing it, 7 by 2 we are doing, so it would become 3, right? Okay, so this is the way we keep on performing this operation. So let's write and string representation it so that we can see its real-time working. So we'll keep on storing our binary representation in a string. So let's do that as well. So let's use string builder class. Builder class is especially useful when we like to perform some concatenation operation, like here we like to add binary number one after another. So let's say new string builder. Okay, semicolon. So this builder class, what we are doing here, so let's for the time being let's remove it. So we'll now perform the dry run once more. Okay, so what we are doing it, so in a builder class we keep on adding our remainder so that we'll get our binary string back, whatever we are doing here, right? Okay, so let's take an example, the same example which we have seen. So suppose we are given a number 14. So we are given a number 14. Okay, so very first thing we are finding out the remainders. So 14 by 2 remainder is 7, so remainder would become 1 here, 0 here, right? 14 by 2 remainder is 0, so remainder is 0. And this next statement which we are seeing here, right, number by 2, we are seeing it becomes 7, right? So it will become 7 here. Okay, so it would become 7 here. Now last thing what we are doing here, we are just appending builder. So initially builder will have no values, it will be something like this empty string. So we are appending builder with remainder, so it will become like 0 after first iteration, right? So next time it come here, number becomes 7, right? Because number become number by 2, right? So come here, and when we say 7 by 2, we are getting the remainder 1. So right, so we will update remainder 1 here, right? So then we perform number by 2, we'll say 7 by 2, we are no, it is 3. So now it will become 3. Then simply we are appending the remainder. So remainder is 1 here. So let's add 1 here to this string variable, right? So next time we'll go to the while loop. Number is 3, as it is already updated 3 now. Now we know 3 modulo 2, remainder is 1. So remainder is again will 1. So we'll update it to 1. Now next thing is doing 3 by 2 we are performing. So number is becoming 1 here. So let's update the number 1, right? So next thing we are doing builder.append remainder. So remainder is nothing but 1. So let's append the remainder 1 here. Okay. So now again we go to the while loop, right? It is number 1. So again we are checking number is greater than 1. Yeah, it is greater than 0. Yeah, it is greater than 0. Okay. So come here. So number modulo 2, this number modulo 2 remainder is 1. So it is again value, again we make it as 1. Now we come to next point. So 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 we are saying it will become 0, right? So this number is 0. Okay. Now but next thing we are doing, appending the remainder. Now remainder is again 1. So let's append the number here. Okay. So now go to the while loop. Number becomes 0 in the last iteration, right? Okay. So number becomes 0. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so number becomes 0 here. Okay, so we are checking whether number is greater than 0. No, it is not greater than 0, right? So then it won't go to the loop, right? So what we'll do now, it will come out of the loop, right? So let's move a bit, right? So now it will come out of the loop, right? So this guy, right? It come out of the loop. Now out of the loop when it's come, it means our conversion is done, right? So what we are getting in our builder, we are getting as binary as 0011, right? But what we have learned, right? So binary, we have to read it from the reverse direction, right? So we have to read it from bottom to top, right? But here our binary is 011, right? And output is 110, right? So because we are reading from top to bottom, but we have to read from, actually it should be bottom to top, right? So once we are done the division, it was bottom to top, right? So what we can do, we can simply reverse it, our builder dot reverse. So this is the method provided by builder class, and we just say toString because we are returning string method. So we write a return here. So this will complete our method for conversions from decimal to binary. So let's clean our function a bit. All right. Okay. So let's remove this as well. Now make some. Now let's clean a bit, right? So we are appending remainder, so we can simply do this also. That we right. So it is simply like this. Now we can remove this as well. Now this is simple. 4-5 line of code is good enough to convert decimal to binary number system. Okay. Now we'll run this program in our editor. So let's keep it aside for a time being. So let's see some couple of method that is provided by JDK classes, so that also we can have a look into it. So JDK classes, right? So has couple of method like integer class. So suppose if I have to convert it to a decimal to binary, so integer has its own method. So like suppose int number is 14 here equal to 14, so use integer methods provided by integer class. So let's say I am saying system.print.ln, right? So I am saying SOP as a shortcut for a timing. So simply what I can do, I can use string.toBinaryString, right? So I simply pass number, right? So this particular guy writes, so it will generate an output of like 1110, which is nothing but what we are seeing in our representation, right? This is one method that is provided by integer class, and there is another method, right? So like another method is toString simple method, right? Here it is taking input as number to which we want to convert to binary and the base radix, right? What is the target number system radix? So in this case it is 2. So as we are converting it to binary, so this also will return 1110, right? So these are two methods. So typically in our office environment, like in software industry and all, we generally use these quick methods to perform the convergence. Although we need to know how the actual operation is, like how we are performing this operation. So that's why this method is here in place. Now let's copy this particular program and let's go to our editor and let's run this program there, and then we'll see its execution result. So let me bring up my editor now. Okay, now I brought up my editor. So let's create a class, and let's say we call it as decimal to binary. Okay, so let's write it complete decimal to binary. Okay, so we already copied a method here from our demonstration. So let's make it as private static so that we can call it from our main method, right? So let's write the main method here. So let's say number is equal to 14, right? So let's write the simple input. So what is input number? We write our input number is nothing but number, and let's call our method decimal to binary. Let's invoke our method and pass our input number, right? And let's write it as an output, right? So we'll see now we are passing and 14 to our decimal to binary here, right? So let's run our program. Let's see the output it generates. This is typo here a bit. Let's correct it. Okay, let's see our result now. Okay, now we are seeing as input is 14 and output is 110. That exactly what we have seen in our presentation. So let's quickly see. So that's what we have seen in our presentation, right? So 110, right? So this is what our program is generating. So let's again go to our program now, right? So this is one method, custom method, right? Now let's write the JDK classes as well. That is, let's write it bit quick, right? So say JDK integer class, right? So let's again pass the number here, right? So let's simply perform the print operation here. So let's say output using binary string method, right? So we have seen that integer class has toString, a binary string method, to binary, right? So simply pass a number here, then it will simply generate the output as 1110, right? That's what we have seen. We will see that result, and there is Another method provided by string class, that is toString. Like as we have seen in our demonstration, there is toString method and there is two-binary string. So two binary we have written, so we are going to write toString method now. So let's go and write it. So toString method, right? So it is taking two parameter. One is the number which we want to convert, and the second way radix. What is the target radix? So it is 2, right? So again this will again generate the same output as 110, right? So we are SOP using binary string method and using toString method. So both system operation we perform. So let's simply call this method. So JDK string class method. So here we are again pass the number, right? So let's run our program. Let's see what will our output in this case. So it is building up, right? So now we can clearly see output using binary string is again 110, and using toString method is again 110. So that's it from the code perspective, from program perspective. So this is what the complete program is, like decimal to binary, the number system program, and the methods provided by JDK classes. And I would like to mention that we have written written an article about it. It's already been published. So you can go through this article. This is our technical blog, makingjava.com. So here and we have mentioned the same, like uh, methods provided by JDK classes like Integer.toString and the binary string methods, like from methods provided by integer class. And then we have written iterative program on the similar line which we have discussed it few minutes back. So this is the same, and we have written recursive method also. This approach we'll discuss in a different video altogether, so you can ignore it for a time being. So this is a complete program. You guys can go through it, and if you guys have any question regarding it, so kindly do let us know. We'll happy to respond you back. So you can post the comments here in our blog, or either, or you can write a comment in a YouTube video. That's it for the day. Thanks a lot for your time. So have a great day ahead. Good day. Bye bye.